Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel, I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. Today, we are going to be cooking up some corned beef and cabbage because today is, of course, St. Patrick's Day, and everybody is interested in how on earth do I cook corned beef. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to solve that question for you, and I'm going to show you how to do it so that you can have an amazing, awesome St. Patrick's Day dinner, as well as any day of the week, any day of the year, because this stuff is so delicious. You don't want to limit it to just one day a year. You'd be depriving yourself. So we don't want that. So make sure you cook this all the time. There are many different ways that you can cook corned beef. Today, I'm going to show you the absolute basics. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead. We're going to weigh our corned beef real quick. Hold on. Today, we're going to do a bit of a smaller amount. We're not going to cook all of what we have. Okay. But we're going to cook probably this chunk here. Yeah, this is a flatter piece. So we're gonna cook this. We'll go ahead and get some of this fat off here because it'll just make it a little bit easier. And this is corned beef that we actually already corned. The recipe for it is gonna be coming out tomorrow, where the video for this, rather. This is coming out to you guys tomorrow. I already have several corned beef recipes that are actually already out to you guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and link those ones for you. But the one where I actually made this one is coming out tomorrow. So let's go ahead and just get some of the fat off there. I'm not fat phobic at all with this kind of stuff. It's just kind of, it's a little better, I feel. Like you don't really, I don't know, just corned beef fat just seems kind of weird. Okay, so let's go ahead and dump this in the pot and weigh it. We already hit the care button, so we'll know exactly how much this weighs. Timed out. I needed to. Go. Okay. So we're 2 pounds. So rule of thumb with this is an hour per pound. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna top this off here. There's a few different ways that you can do it. You can top it off with water, you can top it off with broth. We're gonna use some chicken broth on this one. We're just gonna do chicken broth. Actually, that's the perfect amount. We don't need to add any more. I'm just gonna top it off with water. But you kind of just, you don't need to cover it completely, but you want to cover it most of the way. After this has been cooking for a while, we're gonna add some carrots and some cabbage to it. But I would say we're gonna add that to it for maybe the last half an hour, I would say. And just to we wanna make sure that we're not overcooking it, because if we add the cabbage and the carrots to it now, it's basically just gonna disintegrate and there's gonna be like almost nothing left. I like to have my vegetables to be kind of not mushy, but not soft. That made no sense. I like them to be not mushy, but not crunchy. I like them to be kind of just the right texture for me. And so however long you like to kind of steam/boil your vegetables, that's going to be kind of when you want to add it in there. We're going to bring it up to a simmer, and we're going to go ahead and let it kind of simmer for about 2 hours on like a medium-low kind of heat. And then I'll bring you back when we're ready to actually start chopping up all the veggies, because my kid went to the store for me. So when he gets back, we're going to start chopping them up. So there's that. Oh, and we are going to put a lid on this too. We have about 8 minutes until we are ready to add the vegetables to the crock pot, or to the pot, whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and just start chopping these up. I think I'm gonna put the carrots in maybe like 5 minutes before the cabbage, because I really don't want the cabbage to get, I don't want it to get mushy. So I think we're just gonna cut the carrots and put them right in there. After we scrub them, of course. Because these are gross. With the carrots, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut them up into some pretty big size pieces. That seems to be kind of the norm. Like big pieces. Like cutting carrots into thirds kind of pieces. We're gonna put this into the pot with the corned beef. Give it about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna add the cabbage in after that. And while we're waiting, we're gonna cut up the cabbage. hate to do this is what we're doing, gonna do, this is what we're doing, and this is what we did, but sometimes you have to. All these carrots are of course cold, so we're gonna have to let it kind of, I raised the heat on it so it can kind of just recover faster. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna cut these into 8s. And I'm gonna keep the core in there. I've seen a lot of people do that, and it just helps it to hold together. So you get a nice chunk that stays a chunk instead of just a bunch of little pieces. I kind of liked it. Not required, but it looks cool, so I'm gonna do it. And I did do this the last time I made corned beef, and it did what it said it would do. So we're gonna do it again. And all these parts, of course, we're gonna go ahead and normally I'd feed them to the chickens, but we don't have chickens anymore, so we're gonna feed them to the rabbits. Because we do have rabbits at least for one more day, so they get a nice final meal. Okay, so this has been boiling for 10 minutes. I'm just gonna add the cabbage on top here, however we can fit it in. Never mind the dirty stove. I live here. And pull it in hard. There we go. Okay, I don't know why that's red hot. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put the lid back on here. I just want to show you what it looks like. Just a second, that'll shrink down enough to where the lid will go down. So we're just going to cook this until the cabbage is tender, and then I'll bring you back and show you what we have. So we are ready for some dinner. I'm so excited. So let's go ahead and take our cabbage. And we're also going to get expert opinion from Robert as well. He is very much interested in this. I'm not entirely sure how to get all this stuff out from under here, but we shall figure it out. Ooh, beautiful. Pork tender. There we go. Let's see if we can dig out the cabbage. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Beautiful, absolutely. Oh yeah. Cut right through that, no problem at all. Robert!
Sure.
It's ready.
Cheek. Real corn.
Mm-hmm.
Came out of my teeth for this.
You're squinting. You can tell you're in the dark.
Yes.
They're watching the movie.
Oh, we're on camera? Oh.
We are on camera.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
A little salt would be pretty good on the cabbage too.
Natural foods. Salt. A little bit.
Butter and salt on cabbage.
All right, so this is the one with the nitrates.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Amazing corned beef. Is you're going to do a Reuben sandwich?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Hmm.
That's a delicious recipe.
Yep,
What
Reuben
do you
sandwich.
think?
Yeah.
Yeah, this would make a great Reuben.
Okay.
Winner?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I think this is delicious. I can definitely see why this has become such a staple in dinners on St. Patrick's Day for as long as I've ever known. Just know that you can use any vegetables that you want to. These just two seem to be the pretty much the standard, and it's lower carb. So you can do this with potatoes. Also, I've seen people do it with the smaller, like the 2-bite potato kind of things, and people seem to enjoy that a lot as well. but I was just going kind of simple today. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you do, I hope you give it a thumbs up. It really helps with all the googly algorithmic things. And if you guys are new around here, I like to do all kinds of videos on food preservation, canning, freezing, dehydrating, fermenting, of course, as well as videos on how to actually prepare those foods that we have preserved. So if that interests you, make sure you hit the subscribe button right here. This is where all the fun happens. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Up here is a video that Mr. Google Pants thinks that you're going to enjoy. This here is my last corned beef recipe. This is the one that I actually made this corned beef from. So make sure you check that one out. Actually, it's coming out tomorrow. So it's going to be a different corned beef recipe. And then up here is going to be my corned beef playlist. I came up with that because we have so much corned beef coming up. I figured it needed its own dedicated playlist. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.